Hello, this is coming to you from your local government agency, and I will be explaining some of the interesting things that are happening in this world. All right. Anyways, I have something to tell to you. The ecosystems that we'll be discussing are the Kamala Boreal Tasia. We're going to be discussing Lake Chad. We are going to be discussing the Great Barrier Reef, and I think what else? Great Barrier Reef, Lake Chad, and the Amazon rainforest, of course. Can't forget that. But yeah, anyways, we've been really messing up those ecosystems that we mentioned, but we are the government and we have accidentally allowed for, like, for example, the species of the Kamala brown bear to be it was the ruler of the North Woods. It was the goat of the biome, and then it was a used, and it was it was like it was mining, habitat loss, hunting that really brought down its population. It's like, even there's many plants, many animals that have been used in woods and losses all of its benefits. There has been tortoises that has been affected by climate change and harvest, which disrupted the entire ecosystem, like the entire ecosystem in that region. There has been the African manatee, a famous one that not people many people know, but it has been used for the habitat destruction, pollution, mining for meat and oil, and it has been lost of biodiversity. And there has been a coastal erosion that's been really bringing these populations down, and it affects the entire ecosystem as a whole. These ecosystems are important because it provides a bare haven. It's a they're carbon removers. They are like almost like the largest structures in life. They're like the largest structures. They make up they make up water sources. I mean, they're used for tourism. They are used for like genetics. They're used for water sources. They're used for carbon sinks. They're used for all of that. But we, your Australian government, will not do nothing about it. But these effects are the international body, so it's not our problem, is it? Anyways, the land area of some of these range from 1,000 hectares to even like a few, no, 29 million hectares for the Lake Erie. But and these are sorted by category 1, category 2, category 3, and these are like the settings to like what makes this great, what makes our ecosystems great in the world. So we have done a lot of things to disrupt our ecosystems, but we can support local ecotourism, reduce waste, conserve water, protect wildlife, participate in your community initiatives, reduce your carbon footprint, support sustainable forestry practices, and be just a good person in general. But I guess that's impossible to ask for in this today's society. The history of these forests, these things are like, for example, the cloud forest in Costa Rica, like it has been it has been fumbled upon. It has been used. It has been like violated, but thanks to the institutional responsibility for ownership and management of the protected areas, we were able to reunite that area. Or even, for example, the Lake Erie in North America, we have been using governments and environmental organizations and local communities and making them work together. Working together helps us achieve victory, which we need to do right now as soon as possible, but not us because we're the starting government. Wink, wink, nug, nug, nug. Anyways, this is a message from your Australian government, but how do these messages relate? How do these relate to each other? How does all of what I said that sounds like gibberish relate? What's what why does this matter? Why does anything I say matter? You may be asking yourself. Well, it is important to for preserving our ecosystem as a whole. Like, for example, there's environmental factors such as it's like an issue dealing with the ecosystem, and like having humans pull away will affect the entire ecosystem, or economic, because that will slow down economic economic output. But we kind of need our money too. We This is social too. It affects people in general, but with the indigenous peoples, which is neither a good or bad thing, but it's bad because it's neither good or bad. Um, Finally, the consequences of using science is like we won't solve all the problems. We can see good ecosystems have problems too, that we cannot fully solve it, and we cannot really understand the effects of the ecosystem, and it's up for debate. But it's unlikely that we can actually do anything. Actually, unlikely that we really do anything. But to solve these problems, we use so the social factor by using the community to help with the environmental, because we're tampering with the current status of ecosystems. Which affects mixing their cultural expression, and we have culture too. They're mixing cultural expressions by working together. We view political, since international governments like us work together and work to be under a common purpose. There are several things we can do. Yet, will we? This is Carter signing out. I meant the Australian government. I'm a representative of the Australian government. Don't tell anybody. Anyways, bye bye.